because it's always been assumed that the org was something much larger, correct?
Well, I mean, I think, as far as I know, the org is just something that's come out of this.
I thought I seem to recall I'd heard of it before, but
I don't think I have.
okay.
So I don't know.
So I would assume you're right and I'm wrong. Okay. Okay.
We learn basically through the course of this that the Taskmaster has always been driven to be a villain because of the illusion of truth, which is the title of this issue, which is hang on, let me get where's the just so I don't cock this up completely. It's the weight of the implicit memories of all the questionable things he's done.
Mm-hmm.
They drive him on to do more. Because he feels, not that he remembers, but that he feels he's done these bad things, that he just believes that is the kind of person that he is, and so that is why he has been a villain for most of his career.
Yes.
But outside of these major revelations, the forces of the Minions International Liberation Front arrive, led by Red Shirt, and an excessively... That's MILF, folks.
Oh my god. That one page as they're running in, is like, the future belongs to MILF.
Oh god.
Oh god.
High quality stuff. And then basically the Taskmaster kicks everybody's ass in a really awesome sequence. Because it turns out Red Shirt has trained in a Shi'ar style of martial arts that is far too complex. He's received drugs to lighten his skeleton and perform tortures to unlock portions of his brain so he can perform these styles that the Taskmaster can't copy with his photographic reflexes. And the Taskmaster refuses to even try to absorb it, because if he does, it'll overwrite the memories that he's managed to reclaim about Mercedes and about their relationship in the course of the issue. And then it just all explodes into complete awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanna say what happens here.
I'm torn because I really kind of want to talk about it. And if people aren't reading it by this point, I don't think they care. But I don't know.
That's true. Well, basically, he says, you have no one style to counter mine. And the Master goes, well, alrighty then. How about all of them?
Yes.
And then, artistically, this is great, because throughout this miniseries, Taskmaster's use of styles has been represented with smaller panels overlaid on portions of his body, where instead of himself inside it, it's like an image of the character whose powers or skills he is using. So the whole page is just a mosaic of little tiles of all the different characters whose powers he unleashes all at once and knocks the guy for six completely.
Yes.
Utterly awesome.
Wow, that sounds like the greatest comic ever.
This has been, I think, this has been Marvel's mini of the year. I mean, we're going to talk about the year towards the end of it, but this, I think, has been. There was a couple of years back there when Marvel's miniseries were all really firing on all cylinders, and we got Christos Gage's Union Jack and Brian K. Vaughan's Doctor Strange and the first Agents of Atlas mini, and a lot of good minis came out that year. This puts me in mind of that period. I think this has really got to be mini of the year.
I want to spoil it because I want to talk about this. So, I mean, again, if you haven't read this, you may skip over the next 5 minutes or so. But
get that trade.
Get the trade for sure. But so when that does, because that doesn't end up working. He ends up he does the whole combination thing, and that doesn't end up working. And then, finally you see him take over Red Shirt's style, and it kills him, I assume. I mean, it's
one
like
killing blow.
Yeah, kicks him in the head and knocks him across the room. And then that moment, like the next moment, is the most like heart-wrenching for me, because Mercedes makes the comment to him, and she's like, "Oh, you absorb just enough of his ability just to be able to beat him, right?" And he just looks at her.
Not enough to erase any other memories.
Yep.
You know who I am, right?
And it's just like, and of course it's just like, man, and of course he knew he had to do it, but now he doesn't know who she is, and she goes back, and it's just like, that is, I mean, she goes back to being in the org, and I mean, essentially it ends where it starts, which is kind of odd. I mean, after all of this, after this great story and everything, now you know all this stuff about Taskmaster. They managed to like put everything back in the box.
I like that an awful lot.
Yes,
because this has been some big retcon changes for the Taskmaster and his whole history, but it hasn't spoiled the character. It really has just added to it. The whole idea that he is only evil because that's what he believes he should be, because of the guilt, because he doesn't have. There's just some really, really fantastic ideas buried in among. I mean, this issue is a lot more straight played than the last couple have been. But as I've said before, this just puts me in mind of Joe Kelly's Deadpool, where when it came down to the fatal last minute, it did play it completely straight. And
it so worked. Like that last page is just because you see her. I mean, it's just like that dedication that she has to him is just remarkable. You know, because she knows he's his only hope. Even if not only what he did to her, you know, in a sense, is kind of a portrayal. She knows he didn't really do it intentionally, and that she's the only way that he can really do what he thinks he should be doing, and yet sort of stay on a righteous path. It's awesome. And like I said, it does not change the character. Like any other writer can pick that character out, put him in their story, and not really impact or have to take into account. They could not
read this if they were fool enough to not read this, they could, and just carry on doing the Taskmaster as ever he has been. Mm-hmm. As sadly will probably be the case unless they allow Fred Van Lent to keep writing the Taskmaster. But
yes, if they do, seriously. But I don't know that it's like that's why I like this though as a mini, because I think that it takes a character that I don't know can really hold their own series, you know, and I think that it would have the danger of digressing into like a Deadpool kind of series in which the gimmicks would sort of take over what makes the character interesting, and then you end up with like 4 issues a month of Taskmaster International and Taskmaster,
Taskmaster team up.
Yeah, and Taskmaster the Master
I probably
Teacher.
would have said that about Deadpool 5 years ago.
Yeah,
you know, I would probably buy a Taskmaster team up book actually. Like if Robert Kirkman was writing it or something, I'd probably be crazy all over that.
So I don't know, but this is amazing. Pick up the trade for that, and
absolutely
if you
get yourself the collection.
Beautiful. Okay. Anyway,
we have not said plenty of good things about this. You only started reading it because I started saying all the good things about it back at the start.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea it was out, and 2, no interest in reading it until you told me about it. So that's what's great about this show. We try to turn you on to good stuff. So. Trust us. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Triplet. We had to pass you over for a second while you were out. So talk to us about the
difficulties.
That happens. Action Annual.
Yeah. Well, Action Annual. I didn't know if I was going to pick up this book or not because I usually don't. I don't like getting annuals.
I can tell you, I picked it up and then I put it back down.
Oh, really? Why? Why'd you do that? The cover's awesome. The cover kind of sold me.
Well, 1, I think I do have a negative stigma towards annuals, and 2, the price tag was like, whoa, okay.
It is
annuals are like universe. This is how DC is compensating for the fact that they won't raise the price of anything to $4. Is that all of their one-shots and annuals are $5 now?
Yeah, it was pricey, and it's not. I mean, it doesn't feel like a very big comic. Now, like how annuals you used to get like, I don't even know how big those were. Were they like 60 pages or something? They were huge, weren't they? Weren't they like pretty big back in the day or something?
Annuals did used to be monstrous, yeah.
I don't know, but it's a fairly short comic. I mean, it's basically just 2 stories is what it is, which basically what you're getting is 2 issues pretty much, 2 stories. But the reason why you probably should have picked up this book is you're getting stories by Paul Cornell. Which is good, I'm going to say.
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, say that again.
You're gonna get two. You get two stories by Paul Cornell. That's why you shipped it out. A good thing.
Two stories by Paul Cornell.
Yeah, that's what I got. Okay.
I got that out of
Okay,
that
I think-
Dalek barrage.
Yeah. Dalek. Awesome.
Yes, well,
You
I
losing
did.
me?
Yeah.
Rather, I'm rather hoping. I would assume this will be collected in a trade.
I would think so.
And I would assume this is probably how this is going to. They'll probably manage to make the Action Comics into 3 collections instead of 2. I believe Cornell is only set. It's only supposed to be about 10, 12 issues, and there's one trade or hardcover set already. It's coming out next year. I've said it before. This is when I'll be getting it. And I think it contains like 5 issues. So obviously the Secret 6 crossover that kicks off next month, and the annual will probably make up the guts of the second volume, and then all the other issues will be in the final volume. That's how they'll make 3 volumes out of it instead of just 2.
Ah. Okay.
We lost Triplet again.
Yeah, we lost Triplet again. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you
The
read?
second podcast I've been on today that we've had to drop with people who've been dropped out of.
Technically. I blame
Well, I
the
have-
cold. I blame the cold and snow.
Well, what else do you have? Do you have anything other than Secret 6?
I've only got Secret 6. So Taskmaster.
I just have
and
She-Hulks, but Triplet read that, so
Yeah, we hate to.
wait for it to come back.
You can go ahead and start, I guess, and see what.
Perhaps we should entertain the listeners with a song.
Ooh. Name a good one. I might know it.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
In honor of the musical Spider-Man, we could do something from a musical. My suggestion would be something from Sweeney Todd, maybe, or
I've never seen Sweeney Todd.
Sir.
It was on television